When you're ranking sea animals, well, it's more so like putting them up against each other. It's like who would win out of like this fish or that fish, that kind of a thing. So it's like ranking who would win in a fight, basically. And I'm, I'm not excited about this first matchup. I'll be honest. I feel like this if this is what this sea animal fight is going to be like, I don't think this is going to be a very good sea animal fighting list, but hey, you know what I mean? We got to take them as they come. But anyways, the first matchup is a starfish versus a swordfish. Now, in a fight, right? The starfish, listen, let's be real here, all right? The starfish is losing. But in what world could the starfish win? Let's just be real about this, okay? If the starfish were to move at rapid speed, okay? And then take the swordfish's eye out. You know what I mean? Like latch onto it and then claw it out. You know, like in that movie, The Suicide Squad, where that big starfish like starts attacking everything. Like one of those, you know what I mean? But obviously it's not. So I'm gonna have to give it to the swordfish, unfortunately. Swordfish. Sperm whale versus a basket star. Now, I'm not going to lie here. I don't know what a basket star is. This is the first time I'm hearing about this, all right? Now, basket star. I imagine it's like a starfish, right? Maybe I should Google it before I do anything. Basket star. Okay, brittle stars. Do they have any kind of attack strength? No, they're just basket stars. They don't really do nothing. I'm gonna have to give it to the sperm whale. The sperm whale, all the sperm whale has to do is lay on top of the basket star to absolutely crush it and destroy it. So I'll go sperm whale. Ghost shark. Now that thing looks creepy. Versus a stargazer. Now, based on looks alone, from the pictures they're giving me, ghost shark, that just sounds so cool. This stargazer looks, I mean, I rarely, use the word ugly, but this thing, damn. But imagine being like a stargazer underwater. That's got to have some good, like, there has to be some good, like, good eyesight, right? So, ooh, damn. Yeah, this stargazer is, oh my goodness. Okay, now maybe I'm wrong here, and maybe the stargazer has some actual like fighting abilities, but I mean compared to the ghost shark, like that thing looks like a monster. Ghost shark. That thing, and it's a shark. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to the ghost shark on this one. Sorry, stargazer, or not sorry, whatever. Ghost shark it is. Hermit crab versus a sea pen. Okay. Now, I've seen these hermit crabs. Now, they're fighters, but I don't know what the sea pen does. So, sea pen. Okay. What does it do? They're not giving me anything. Producing light to startle predators. All right, so it's cool, but hermit crab has a lot more personality, and I think it could probably chop it off. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it to the hermit crab. If I'm wrong about this, if the sea pen is actually like some killer monster, then my bad, sea pen. But I'm gonna give it to the hermit crab. Hermit crab. Orca or a crab? Like a killer whale versus a regular crab. That's what I have to choose from. Okay, crab. I think I'm going to give you to the hermit crab. So every time the hermit crab comes up, I'm going to include regular crabs in there, okay? Even though that I feel like that might be cheating, but like, look at what you're up against. An orca? Oh my goodness. I don't know anything that could like really beat this orca. Okay, we're going to give it to the orca. It might just win all the way around. So it doesn't even matter if the hermit crab is in the fight anymore. But anyways, you get my point. Hermit crab and crab are together. Orca wins. A bass versus a parrotfish. Okay, now I don't know what the specific skills of each of these fish are, but I do know Bass Pro Shop is a very popular store, whereas the parrotfish, it didn't even have a store. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Let's see what like bass. Like, what can it do? Sport fish. They get caught a lot. How strong is it? Exceptionally strong. Okay. What about a parrotfish? Beak-like mouths. Okay, that's why they're parrotfish. But are they strong? How strong are they? Digestive system includes more teeth inside their throats, breaks down coral bits. Yeah, but how strong? Is it strong? Yes, parrotfish are very strong. Exceptionally durable teeth that can withstand immense pressure to graze on coral and algae. Their fused teeth form a powerful beak. And the hardness and stiffness. Okay, powerful bite. Coral grazing, sand production. Super solid jaw. But what about the bass? What about the bass? Bass. Strength. There are also other kinds of bass. But which one is stronger? Fighting ability rather than physical power. Aggressive nature, robust body, and tendency to strike lures. Formidable catch. Aggressive biting. Fighting spirit. Make them a rewarding catch for anglers. I mean, I'm going to give it to the bass. I don't know. Parrotfish, you might be up there. You know what I mean? But I'm going to give it to the bass. They're just stronger. Okay, blue whale versus a sea otter. Okay. Do I think the sea otter has a chance against the blue whale? Possibly. Right? If it like scratches out its eyes and like if it like covers up its blowhole, you know what I mean? Suffocate it. There might be a chance the sea otter wins in this fight. But all the blue whale really has to do is to crush it up against a wall or like, you know, spray it out of its thing and like hit it on like a rock or whatever, right? Like that's all it has to do. If it grabs its like if a blue whale grabs a sea otter's tail and drags it down deep into the ocean, the sea otter will drown. So I got to give it to the blue whale on this. Blue whale. Piranha versus a hagfish. Now off rip, the piranha looks crazy. I think that's the clear winner here. But I don't know what a hagfish does. Maybe there's like a poison. Hagfish. They're an eel-shaped, jawless fish. Have a skull, but no vertebral column. They're not that harmful. I don't know, man. I think the piranha's got it on this one. Piranha it is. A barrel eye fish or an axolotl. Now, these axolotls are pretty cute. You know what I mean? I don't know how strong they are, but this barrel eye fish, I also don't know how strong that is. Maybe it's a sweetheart of a fish. Barrel eye fish. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. It's like a transparent head. Okay. Strong? How strong is it? Let's take a look. No, it's highly adaptable, but it isn't like powerful. Now the axolotl is an amphibian, right. How powerful is it? Okay, it can regenerate. It has regenerative abilities. Power ranks massively above the what? Okay, well, they say axolotl have regeneration abilities like a regular like other reptiles and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna have to give it to the axolotl. If it can recover any damage that the barrel eye fish can do, the axolotl can just recover. Whereas I don't think the barrel eye fish has that same kind of ability. So, all right, axolotl for the win. Sunfish versus a sea sponge. Okay. Now, this sea sponge, is it capable of being poisonous? Maybe I'm thinking too much about it, huh? Maybe it'd just be easier to go with the direct answer. The sea sponge? I don't think the sea sponge is going to win. Sorry, sea sponge. Sorry, SpongeBob. You know what I mean? Like, but you're a sweetheart. You know what I mean? You don't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? But like, sunfish versus a sea sponge? It's got to be sunfish. And the sunfish looks crazy. Not like in a evil kind of way, but like in a unique fish type of a way, you know? Sunfish. Eel versus an anglerfish. Oh boy. Now this anglerfish looks menacing, but this eel could also, like, there could be like, you're not talking about variety, it could be an electric eel. These eels are real crazy. So like, eel. Yeah. But like, how strong are they? And there's also like, oh no, they're not venomous. So what about how strong are they? Some electric eels. Moray eels have like powerful bites. Wolf eel. So I guess when we're talking about regular eels, they might not be as like powerful, but like there is some certain variety of eels that are like really strong and capable. But now let's go to the anglerfish. Okay. This just looks like a menace. But how strong is it? How strong? They're not strong swimmers, but are powerful ambush predators due to their large cavernous mouths with strong jaws and specialized teeth that can trap prey. So if it bites onto the eel, it's not letting go. But the eel is such a stronger swimmer than the anglerfish. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to give it to the anglerfish on this one. Those teeth are crazy. And if it bites onto the eel and doesn't let go, I think it bleeds out, or like, you know, it dies in its mouth and it just eats it. I'm going to give it to the anglerfish. Sea turtle versus a flying fish. Now, the sea turtle has incredible defenses. I don't know if the flying fish has what it takes to defeat the sea turtle. You know what I mean? Like, even if it wanted to attack the sea turtle, the flying fish would have to, like, penetrate the shell. And I don't know if the flying fish can do that. And flying fish are, look at it, it looks awesome. But I think that's more for aesthetic and, like, survival purposes rather than actually, like, you know, hurting anything. So whereas the sea turtle, I think they could, like, if they wanted to, they could grab onto like the flying fish's tail and then, like, you know, bite it or destroy it or like do whatever to it. These are both really, like, you know what I mean, like easygoing animals, but like the flying fish isn't hurting the sea turtle, you know what I mean? But the sea turtle could hurt the flying fish. So I'm going to give it to the sea turtle. Sea turtle. Whale shark or a lobster. Now, lobsters, part of the, you know what I mean? Part of the shellfish family. I gotta, boy. Listen. This whale shark is going to demolish this lobster. There is no big lobster that is going to be able to handle a whale shark. None. I gotta give it to the whale shark. Whale shark. Giant siphonophore. I hope I said that right. Siphonophore versus a lionfish. Now, just because it says lion in the name doesn't make the fish look any more menacing. But this giant siphonophore, I don't even know what that does. It looks crazy, though. Okay. Giant siphonophore. But what does it do? How strong is it? Is it capable of killing you? Incredibly strong in its ability to sting, capable of delivering excruciating, paralyzing venom to capture prey? Oh, snap. Yeah, I gotta give it to giant siphonophore. I don't even need to know what the lionfish can do. Lionfish. But this is also venomous. Lionfish are moderately venomous. I don't know. I don't know, man. I thought I could give it to giant siphonophore, but this lionfish might have something I don't know about. Okay, so let's say the poison cancels each other out. Based on the looks of these two, I think I'm still going to give it to the giant siphonophore. Like, if the poison is canceled out, then I think that the giant siphonophore can still, like, strangle the lionfish. So I'm giving it to the giant siphonophore. Clownfish versus stonefish. Now, I'm not going to let Finding Nemo, rightfully, like, what's it called? Bias my, give me any kind of bias. You know what I mean? This stonefish, what can the stonefish do? The most venomous fish known. Oh yeah. It's going to the stonefish. I mean, just look at it. The clownfish versus a stonefish? I feel like that alone lets you know what's up. Yeah, stonefish. Sorry, clownfish. Walrus versus a batfish. Now, hold on. Let's see what the batfish does. Did I look up the right thing? Batfish. I don't think it does anything. Hold on. What's its strong suit? What can it do? Being tough, long-lived, and surprisingly hardy. No, I don't think they can really do anything. All right. It goes to the walrus. Cookie cutter shark versus a jellyfish. Now, the jellyfish can sting, but we're talking about a shark here. And we're talking about a fight. I don't think the jellyfish can sting as tough as the cookie cutter shark can, bite. But I don't know. If we're talking about one jellyfish versus one, yeah, that's probably what we're talking about, right? I was gonna put jellyfish in a group and see if they can fight, but yeah, I'm gonna give it to the cookie cutter shark. Sorry, jellyfish. Manatee versus a scallop. I mean, we gotta go manatee, huh? A dolphin versus a snipe fish. Dolphin. Torpedo ray versus blobfish. This blobfish. Oh my goodness. I'm going to give it to the torpedo ray, just so I don't have to look at the blobfish again. Sorry, blobfish. I'm sure you're lovely, and you have some sort of unique ability, but torpedo ray it is. Japanese porcupine crab versus a leopard seal. This porcupine crab looks crazy, and I'm sure it's a menace, just not up against a leopard seal. I don't think a leopard seal would want to mess with a Japanese porcupine crab. So we're at a standstill, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna give it to leopard seal because Japanese porcupine crab might. I'm betting it could probably lose to something. So I'm gonna give it to the leopard seal. Japanese spider crab, hammerhead shark. I'm gonna give it to the hammerhead shark. Archerfish or a catfish? Well, the archerfish looks like it's spitting out water, so maybe that's one of its strengths. So they can spit jets of water from their mouths. They're semi-aggressive and known to be predatory, but what about the catfish? Huh? Catfish. What kind of abilities? Catfish are very strong. Oh my gosh, and it's gigantic. The picture they show here doesn't do it justice. The archerfish looks tiny, but the catfish might be like huge. I'm gonna give it to the catfish. A trout versus a great white shark. Great white shark. Giant isopod versus a sea cucumber. I'm gonna give it to the isopod. Looks crazy. Barracuda versus a stingray. I'm gonna give it to the barracuda, I think. Even though I like stingrays, but against a barracuda. Horseshoe crab versus a seahorse. I mean, I like seahorses, but like, I'm gonna give it to the horseshoe crab just because, like, if you looked at this thing, like, there's not anything the seahorse could really do to it. So, horseshoe crab. Mantis shrimp or giant squid? Giant squid. I don't know what the mantis shrimp could do though. But even if it is poisonous, I still think the giant squid would win. So, giant squid. Sea urchin or a sea slug? Sea urchin. Right? Because that thing is deadly. Sea slug, I'm sure they're possibly poisonous, but they're just so squishy and tiny. I guess sea urchin would just like stab it. You know what I mean? So sea urchin for the win. Octopus versus a gulper eel. Oh my gosh, the gulper eel is crazy. What the? Gulper eel. What the? Oh my gosh. That thing is crazy. That is like the pelican eel. That thing has like a gigantic, it has like a huge mouth. That is crazy. I don't know if it would be able to like, I don't know if it would be able to eat an octopus, though. That is wild. If the octopus gets its hand on the gulper eel, it could strangle it. You know what I mean? Whereas if the gulper eel gets the octopus in its mouth, I don't know if it'll be able to, like, keep it in there. You know what I mean? That is crazy. The gulper eel, hey, gulper eel, I'm not denying your strength, all right? I just think that the octopus might overwhelm you, you know what I mean? If you don't, you could maybe get one of its tentacles, you know what I mean? But like you won't be able to eat the whole thing. So, octopus. Fangtooth versus a starfish, a sawfish. That sawfish looks wild. Fangtooth. Fangtooth, let's see. An aggressive hunter, talon-like teeth to snag its prey. But what about the sawfish? Oh, yeah. Carpenter sharks. Very large rays. Oh yeah. So they're kind of like gentle. They're gentle animals. I'm gonna give it to the fangtooth. I like the sawfish is crazy. It looks like it could, could kill you, but like they're saying it's a pretty easygoing fish. So, or like a ray. So I'm gonna give it to the fangtooth. Pufferfish or koi fish? Pufferfish, right? Because the pufferfish is like poisonous. I don't know what the koi fish are like really capable of. I'm gonna give it to the pufferfish. All right, now we're back to the beginning. Swordfish versus a sperm whale. I think the swordfish could stab a sperm whale. The sperm whale's only chance is like if it grabs onto the swordfish and like lays on it. You know what I mean? Like, but the swordfish is so fast it could stab it like multiple times. So I'm gonna give it to the swordfish. Ghost shark versus a hermit crab. Ghost shark. Orca versus a bass. Orca. Blue whale versus a piranha. Now, one on one. Let's be real here. One on one. One piranha versus one blue whale. The piranha isn't winning. Now, even though the piranha has strong, sharp jaws, the blue whale is so massive that no matter how much the piranha may try, right, it won't be able to like defeat the blue whale. The blue whale, on the other hand, all it has to do is just smack it. And I think the piranha loses. You know what I mean? Look, the piranha is obviously capable of like biting and like attacking more than the blue whale, but the blue whale doesn't have to like really doesn't have to do anything. It could probably just take its bites. I think. I don't know. But one piranha versus one blue whale, it's going to be a tough fight for the piranha, I'm not going to lie. The blue whale, on the other hand, all the blue whale has to do is like maybe grab it or find a way to like hit it and then get it in place to like defeat it, So, blue whale. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then so be it. Sunfish versus axolotl. Now, the axolotl won the last time. I don't remember against what. But I think that I don't know what this sunfish can do. I honestly, sunfish. Is it strong? It says they're harmless. Harmless to humans, but like I don't know what can they do though? Surprisingly strong swimmers. Deep sea hunters. Okay. I'm gonna give it to the sunfish. Only because it's like a really strong swimmer, it's a hunter, it can fight. I give it to the sunfish. Anglerfish versus a sea turtle. The anglerfish is crazy, no doubt about it, okay? But there's no way those teeth are getting through that shell. Now the sea turtle, on the other hand, it could do like a rapid spin, you know what I mean? Like it could do something. You know what I mean? Like that's the main thing the sea turtle has going for it. It's undefeatable shell. And if you can't beat that defense, you're not winning the fight. So the anglerfish might lose its teeth. And then by then, the sea turtle can grab its tail or bite its tail and then like start slamming it. Like when you have a defense that good, there's no offense that can really destroy it. Unless you're just that much bigger than it. And the anglerfish, I don't think is... Like sea turtles can get big, but so can... If anglerfish can get as big as sea turtles, even, I still don't think the anglerfish wins. So, sea turtle. A whale shark versus a giant siphonophore. Now, the giant siphonophore actually can sting. It's venomous. So, I don't know if it like wraps around the whale shark and poisons it. There is possibility there. But the whale shark, I don't know if it's like immune to poison or is being a shark enough? Is it enough? I want to say yes. But at the same time, this giant siphonophore could prove deadly to not just the whale shark, but to all the other powerful hitters on this list. So, hold on. It says that the venom can inject a potent neurotoxin that can paralyze prey, such as small fish. Now, we're not talking about a small fish here, we're talking about a whale shark. So, its venom might be useful against like a bass, but against a whale shark? No. I give it to whale shark then. Stonefish versus a walrus. Walrus. Even though the stonefish is venomous, the walrus has those tusks and it's just huge. Yeah, I gotta give it to walrus. Cookie cutter shark or a manatee? Honestly, I didn't look up what manatee could do. The cookie cutter shark doesn't look all that big, but depends, right? So, manatee. Okay, how strong are they though? What can they do? Now the manatee isn't exactly like strong bite wise. Hmm. I don't know, man. I don't know. This cookie cutter shark better have something crazy. Cookie cutter shark. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Cookie cutter sharks are aggressive feeders, attack and bite larger animals, including humans. This thing could be a threat. I'm gonna give it to the cookie cutter shark, bro. Dolphin or a torpedo ray? Dolphin. Nice. Leopard seal or a hammerhead shark? Ooh. Now this is a tough one. Oh man. Hammerhead shark is so cool though. But they're not considered aggressive towards humans, at least. Attacks are rare. Um. Okay, what about the leopard seal? I think the leopard seal might win, bro. Top order predator. They can be dangerous to humans. It might be the leopard seal. Leopard seal. Catfish or great white shark? Great white shark. Giant isopod or barracuda? I'm going to give it to the barracuda. Maybe the giant isopod has like... Let me see what the giant isopod can do. Or is it isopod? What can they do? They can eat sharks? Oh, what? A giant isopod could eat a shark? Oh my gosh. No way. If it can eat a shark, I think it could kill the barracuda. I don't know, dude. I might stick with the barracuda. Bro, giant isopod? But it can kill a shark though. Or it says like it could get a shark. What the? Okay. Just I'm gonna stick with my original choice with the barracuda, but these are both I deeply underestimated this giant isopod. I'm gonna be totally honest with you, okay? But barracuda. Horseshoe crab or a giant squid? Giant squid. Sea urchin or an octopus? I'm gonna give it to the octopus, but the sea urchin's gonna definitely poison it. It might be a draw. because the octopus can't do anything to the sea urchin, and the sea urchin won't be able to do anything to the octopus. But like, they'll both go down. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give it to the octopus just because I like the octopus. Fangtooth or pufferfish? I think the fangtooth. Swordfish or ghost shark? I want to give it to the swordfish, but the ghost shark might have it. I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know. I want to say swordfish just because it's like it can stab it. It depends, right? It depends. I'm going to give it to the swordfish. Just, what the heck? We have other sharks on the list. Swordfish. Orca or a blue whale? Orca. I'm pretty sure orcas kill blue whales. So orca. Sunfish or a sea turtle? Sea turtle. The sunfish can't do anything to the sea turtle. Whale shark or a walrus? I'm going to give it to the walrus. Sorry. Cookie cutter shark or a dolphin? Dolphin, right? Leopard seal or a great white shark? Oh my goodness. Now this one, I might literally have to Google who could win in a fight. Leopard seal or giant white shark? I think the giant white shark has the win here. Yeah, it's the great white shark. Great white shark. Oh my goodness, great white shark. It has to be. Barracuda or a giant squid? I think the barracuda wins. Octopus or a fangtooth? Fangtooth. It could like bite off its tentacles. It could like bite off its head. Its jaws are sharp. Yeah, fangtooth. Swordfish or an orca whale? It's got to be the orca. This killer whale is literally, it kills everything. It's a killer whale. Orca. Sea turtle or a walrus? Now the walrus's fangs have what it takes to penetrate that shell. I think I'm going to go walrus on this one, bro. Even though the sea turtle is dominant, and they likely wouldn't fight each other, but like, if the walrus is aggressive enough, that sea turtle's going down. So walrus. Dolphin or a great white shark? Great white shark. Barracuda or fangtooth? I'm going to give it to the barracuda. Orca or walrus? Orca. And great white shark or barracuda? Great white shark. All right, it comes down to a killer whale and a great white shark. Now, off rip, the killer whale has... I think the killer whale might win. Now, the great white shark, on the other hand, is no slouch, all right? It's definitely going to be a fight to the death, all right? But... oh my gosh, it's the orca whale. No way. Dude, the killer whale is just... It's unbeatable, dude. Those things are superior in every way towards every living creature in the sea. It's literally crazy how nothing can, like, actually defeat it. Only thing that can kill a killer whale is another killer whale. And that's crazy. There's got to be some sort of, like, poisonous thing that could kill it. There's got to be. I bet you there's no land animal that could beat it either. Except for maybe a bear. But they would have to be on land, obviously. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, killer whale for the win. Easy. Let's see what the other rankings were. Killer whale, great white shark, dolphin, sperm whale, hammerhead shark. Those are the top 5. But the killer whale consistently wins. That's crazy. But I get it. I just, you know what I'm saying. But anyways, when you're ranking sea animals, the killer whale, the orca, always wins. Go Shamu! So, dude, it's been so long since I've been to SeaWorld. I went there and they did like the whole display of like the orca coming up and like they feed it and like they do the whole display and the show and stuff. But ever since I watched that Blackfish documentary talking about like SeaWorld and the killer whales and how like they'll eat the you know, the people that like the SeaWorld employees and whatnot, like the marine biologists and whoever, like they'll kill them. So I was just kind of like, yeah, we gotta do something about this. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. The Orca wins. I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thank you.